that third quarter. Was that something you said at halftime? Jordan sort of said, like, you were displeased with the way they were playing in the first half. What did you say at halftime sort of spark that?
Just said that they know what the standard is, and I didn't think that they were playing to their standard. And it wasn't offensively to me. I thought for the most part, that we were getting pretty good shots. It wasn't that. It was the defense. I thought we gave up too many easy ones. I didn't think that we brought the necessary energy and standard that's required to be a Boston Celtic, and then so I let them know. And then I thought that they got a lot better in the second half and came out. And, when you play with more energy defensively, it usually carries over to offense.
It must be kind of weird to have, the other day you have a very different starting lineup, a very different rotation, and now you have 4 guys that have been in Boston quite a bit. How do you balance that as a coach? The fact that you have Jordan, who hasn't been here all year, and now he's playing significant minutes.
Yeah, I think part of that is sort of what we've talked about in the past of like trying to make everything as top-down integrated as possible and make it to where whenever they come from Boston to here that it's pretty similar. Obviously through the course of the season we have to put in stuff that's a little bit more geared towards our team, but for the most part we are very, very Boston Celtics system driven, and so it sort of allows for whenever they come here for me to sort of go to the stuff and then speak the language that they're used to. And I think the biggest thing is them trying to get used to the teammates that they might not necessarily be playing with that much, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And do you have, are you involved in the decision of, Baylor's coming here today, or
No.
you just get told?
I get told, yeah. Coach the team.
And how much of a heads up do you have as far as when you're preparing for the game? Do you know if usually the day before?
It just sort of depends on the situation. Sometimes you have a little bit of notice, sometimes it happens sort of last minute, but for the most part, we do a pretty good job of letting me know way out ahead of time to allow us to prepare for it.
Feels like Baylor's been working a lot on those movement shots. What have you seen from him sort of like developing as a shooter? Because he works a lot with Craig in Boston, at advanced shooting techniques. What have you seen from him in that regard?
Yeah, I think he's gotten better at it, especially from summer league. Some of that stuff is pretty new to him. Yeah. I think in college he was a little bit more of a spot up and play with off the bounce a little bit more. But you saw some growth, and I think he hit one going to his left today and ran it right back for him. So I've seen some growth in him in that area.
I want to bring you back to Boston really quick for a second. Derek White's a very unique shot blocker. When you see shooters get so caught off guard by that, like as somebody who worked with him in practice, etc., like what is it that allows him to like do the stuff he does? Because I feel like it's a very uncommon thing for a guy to be able to do so consistently. Yeah,
well, 1, he has the athletic gifts to do it. 2, he has the IQ to sort of understand when, and then 3, he plays with great effort at all times. And I think the combination of those 3 things makes him pretty special.
What have you seen out of Jordan? You obviously worked with him last year in Boston too, but how much has he grown since last year? And in a game like today, how much of a boost was he?
Yeah, I thought he was phenomenal today, just with his confidence, with his screening, with his defense. I thought he was I don't even know his numbers, but I felt really comfortable with him out there, and sort of have seen him take steps over the summer and then through August and September, and that sort of translated to some playing time in Boston, and you see it today. He was really, really, really good.
And he said he asked to come and play in this game. Do you like hearing that? That guys in Boston are actually choosing to come up here on their day off to win minutes?
No, that was exciting. That was exciting to hear that he wants to be a part of this, and he wants to play. At the end of the day, he's a basketball player. That's what these guys do. They want to play.
There was a point in the first half, I don't know if it was your normal sub pattern or something I might be looking into too much, but it felt like the game was sort of lagging all along a little bit, and you went to get Baylor and you said go get in the game. Was that something, do you look to him for energy, stuff like that, or is that just the normal stuff?
Yeah, I think he does bring energy. He also brings spacing and shot making, but I think for the most part, he's always crashing. He's a great offensive rebounder. He's a great defensive rebounder, and he just brings a lot to the game outside of his shooting that I like.
Cool. Awesome.
Thank you.